Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Let's pretend it's Christmas time. It's time for some Christmas in July makeovers. I've been thrifting and found some cute pieces to make over today. And I need to get out of this because it's too hot. What do you think of my crochet skills, by the way? So, let's get started. For my first Christmas flip, I have this cute reindeer metal, and it has some beautiful texture on it in white, as you can see there. But one of the antlers is broken, so I need to fix that. That's my first priority. And I don't like that red, it's not my kind of red, so I will make it fit into my decor as well. And to fix that antler, I have some metal wire and some air dry clay that I will use. So first thing, I take a drill bit that can drill through metal and drill a hole in that antler where it was broken, and then I can put in my metal wire, and I just cut it a little shorter, and then it's time to bend it into shape, and I use my pliers for that. It doesn't need to be exact, but somewhat. It's the skeleton of the antler that is missing. So I'm just bending it, looking at the other antler to see how it looks and what I can do with it. So I keep on working, bending my wire until I am happy with the result. This video is part of the Third Thursday Thrift Flips challenge hosted by Rustic Chicks Designs, the Rusted Willow, and their co-host Shabby Meets Bling. In my description box you will find links to their channel, so go and check them out later, and also a link to the playlist of this challenge for more inspiration. Once I'm happy with the shape of the skeleton of the missing antler, I take some super glue, and it dries very quickly, this glue, so I just hold it in place until it can stand on its own, and then I will just set it aside to dry for a couple of hours at least. Now it's time for my air dry clay, and I just work it in my hand a little bit to soften it up a bit, and then I will cover the skeleton with this air dry clay, as you can see here, and try to shape it into a similar antler as the one on the other side. I go over the air dry clay also with some water, just putting it on with a paintbrush, as you see me do here, to smoothen out the surface and to be able to manipulate the clay a bit more, the finer touches. And I think I'm happy with the result right here. It looks like I want it to look. Set it aside to dry, and then it's time to paint my piece, and I use black satin color to do that, and I applied 2 coats. This will be the base coat. Now I'll go in on the body with a greyish color, the same that I have in my living space, so it will match my interior. And here as well I applied 2 coats. But I will not paint the antlers, they will stay black. My reindeer is now dry, and I have taken some gold acrylic paint that I'm dry brushing on the texture, but for me it did not pop the texture really. I can see the texture, but it was very hard to dry brush it. So what I will do is I will just in a second here go in with a very thin paintbrush, this one here, and paint the texture, because I could see it fairly well, but as I said, it was very hard to dry brush it. It didn't give me that effect that I was after. But this worked just fine for me, going over the piece with this thin paintbrush. And I also decided to paint the hooves of the reindeer, as you can see shortly here. Et voila! Here he is, my proud reindeer, looking perfect, ready for Christmas. What do you think of the antlers? I think they turned out great. You can hardly see that it was once broken. And the texture looking good with that gold against the greyish and the black antlers. I think it turned out nice. It will be perfect here on the mantle for Christmas. For my second Christmas flip, I will make over this fireplace. I got it for free when I was picking up a piece on Facebook Marketplace. They were going to throw it away and I took it. So first thing I will do is to take off these embellishments, this greenery moss or whatever it is still sticking to the fireplace, and I will use just a screwdriver to bend off the old hot glue in places, and where I couldn't get it off properly, I took a piece of sandpaper and sanded it off. It's quite heavy, this fireplace. I think it's made out of plaster. Once cleaned up properly, I go in with my satin black color and applied 2 coats on the whole piece. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, treasure, renovation of my home. I even do some pottery and some painting. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family. It has dried, and now I'm going in with a big paintbrush and dry brushing the upper part and the lower part with my greyish color, and also that ornate bit inside. I'll show you up close at the reveal later. Inside the fireplace and where the bricks were, I will keep it black, so I'm just touching that up here. And then the mantelpiece, I will go in with this color here. I have mixed the brown, gold and a bit of black, and it turned out beautiful. Just the one coat. Then set the whole piece aside to dry, and then it's time to embellish my fireplace. And I will make I use some metal wire here to turn into a circle. It will not be a wreath, but something like that to put up on the top of the fireplace. So I take some leaves and just hot glue them on that piece of burlap that I have glued down on the wire piece, and then I continue to embellish my, let's call it a wreath, until I am happy. Just gold and greens, and I have some bells that I will use as well in a nice color. Just hot glue them into place, and then some red berries as well. On the lower part of the fireplace, I will put some pine picks, like these ones here. I will just tie them together, some longer ones and some shorter ones, and then some berries in the center, like that. Just hot glue everything together. And now it's time for the firewood. I have a twig here that I'm just cutting tiny pieces of to see if they fit inside that fireplace. Once I'm happy with how it all looks, I will take them out again, and then I will glue them together so it's much easier to handle. And then I just put them back inside the fireplace, like that, looking super cute, and then hot glue that last piece in place. Et voila, here it is, looking cute, sitting on my mantle here to show you how it looks. And this wreath, let's call it a wreath, I have just put a metal wire on the top there, so I can just hang it on the top. So it's easy to remove or replace with something different if you want to. And there you can see the ornament inside the fireplace that I just dry brushed to highlight it. Firewood looking so cute, I think. And you can of course put a tea light inside, which I have done here. I have taken an LED tea light. Since I have painted it, I don't know if I can have a real one there, so I opted for an LED light. For my final Christmas flip, I have thrifted these pair of skis. They look adorable, and I thought I could make a wreath with them. First thing I will do is just cut that hanger off, and I only paid €1 for them, about the same in US dollars. So I will use this wreath, and the skis tell me it's time for a rustic theme. That's what I'm going for here. Cover the whole wreath with some burlap ribbon. In the beginning and at the end, I attach it with some hot glue like that, and then I create a loop and some more hot glue, and that will become the hanger of my wreath. Cut off the excess and then tie the hanger together with just a piece of jute twine, like you see me do here. So what else do you need when you go out skiing? A pair of mittens. Don't want to get cold, and I have just some leftover fabric here. This is from an old blanket from IKEA, and I just cut 4 equal sized, somewhat shape of a mitten. And then I had an old sweater that I will cut off the cuff of and make a cuff for my mittens. Hot glue 2 together. And that cuff, I will just put it on top of the mitten like that and hot glue it into place. And I do that with both of them. And once they have dried, and just wait a little bit, I will turn them right side out. And then you can just fold that cuff and it looks like a cute little mitten. Adorable. This next one didn't look as cute, but I will keep that a little behind the other one, so nobody will notice. So I will embellish my mittens with some dark green yarn. Just hot glue it onto the cuff like you see me do here. I will tie a knot at the end, and then I will use the excess to tie it onto the wreath. And now onto a scarf. I will use the fringe of my IKEA blanket, just tiny pieces, and a cute burlap ribbon. I'll just glue the ends to it because you will not see the back side, so it will still look good, I assure you. Just the other end as well, looking good together with the mittens. Now I'm making a bow out of this creamy burlap ribbon and the red burlap ribbon, and I also used that same burlap ribbon that I had for the scarf, but I ended up removing that. At the end you will see. Now it's time to put everything together, and I'm using hot glue and jute twine to do that. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing and hit that like button as well. It will help my channel to grow and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload one video per week. I had some super cute Christmas tree cutouts that I will use on the bottom of my wreath as well, just attaching them with some hot glue. Et voila! Here it is, my Christmas winter wreath. Very rustic. Cute mittens and a scarf, everything you need for a day on skis. So tell me, what do you think of my Christmas flips today? Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. You know I love to read your comments. I am so grateful for your support. If you are inspired and you want more straight away, just head on over to my description box and hit that link to the playlist of this challenge for more Christmas flip ideas. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.